It is really on my heart this morning to say that as a man, but more importantly as a black man, that this country does not deserve black women or black people, but specifically black women. This morning I woke up and I just gave my wife a hug because I know how heavy this is weighing on black women. And they have carried this country and saved this country too many times and continue to be the most disrespected human beings on the planet. And it, quite frankly, it disgusts me. I'm thinking about the world that we're going to bring our daughter into in a few months. And I want the vice president to know that her and her team did everything right in the right way. But the unfortunate reality is that this country is still steeped in racism, sexism, and misogyny. I am personally proud of her, and I know that so many others are the same. We appreciate her tenacity, her focus, her decency, and how she handled herself throughout this campaign.
America does not deserve black women. They've saved this country over and over and over again. The work they did during the Civil War, when they stormed the beaches of Normandy, when he talks about black women like they're Jesus Christ. And I'm sure this man it sounds like he has no connection to a biblical worldview, and that's his right. But this is classic idolatry, that he's placed women, and particularly black women, on some pedestal of idolatry, and it's just inappropriate. From the very beginning, when he said, as a man, and then more importantly, as a black man, being a black man is superior to being a man, is what he's arguing there or suggesting there. You couldn't pay me to visit Baltimore at this point. If this is the type of leadership that they have, that the people there would elect someone this simple-minded and this idolatrous, no wonder Baltimore is in such chaos and decay. Your thoughts, Shamika?
Yeah, Jason, he sounds like a man who pees in the bed, because what type of weak, wussy mess is this? And I'm giving him W's to cover that L. That was so weak, Jason. Why would you roll over in the bed and snuggle under your wife because of a rejection of one so-called black woman? There is nothing more unattractive than a weak man without a plan. Even if he felt like Kamala should win, what you do is stand 10 toes down and tell your wife, I'm still going to protect you. I'm still going to provide for you. So we gonna be all right. Hit that Kendrick Lamar. We gonna be all right. And if you're an old man, everything is gonna be all right. Because other than that, you sound weak and it's unattractive. What does he mean America doesn't deserve black women? What it seems like is America doesn't desire a fake one. She wasn't a good candidate. She was an illegitimate choice, and she had nothing to offer. That's the bottom line. Let's stop lying and tell the truth, and then maybe they can do better going forward.
Shamika, I love you to death, but you put me in bad spots. This is the most transparent show in all of YouTube and anywhere in the media space. And so because of my transparency, I'm about to confess to something that you forced me into confessing to. Back when I used to drink, like in a serious way, I occasionally will have a cocktail now. But I've had a birthday or two where I drank a lot and I pissed in the bed. And so I have to cop to that. just out of transparency.
There's some things you don't have to cop to. That's not one of them.
Well, she called the man weak and said he peed in the bed, and so I'm
He
like,
wasn't drunk.
oh. Well, I just want to be crystal clear that I've made that mistake. It has happened to me. Not in a long time.
Was there anybody else in the bed with you?
I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about who woke me up. But that's the old me, and I've been delivered from that, and that's why I'm so appreciative of God, because I've been delivered from that kind of heathen, irresponsible behavior, and I don't drink like that anymore. But anyway, I just wanted to enter that into the record. But could you imagine living in Baltimore and being white, and this is how your mayor talks? He's not concerned about representing everybody. He's concerned about, my wife was upset, Kamala Harris, and so I got to come out as the spokesman for an entire city and talk about how my wife is feeling. So I got to say all these things to make my wife feel better. And so now when he goes home, his wife perhaps will do things to him that she normally doesn't do, or she only does on their anniversary or on. I don't know what the motivation is here. This is not, and if it is sound politically in Baltimore, it says something really terrible about Baltimore, and it says something about a level of racial idolatry and bigotry that's tolerated in Baltimore. And maybe that's the problem with Baltimore. Maybe that's why the city has all the issues that it has. Maybe it's not the white man. Maybe it's our mentality and the mentality that we tolerate from our so-called leaders.
Yeah, Jason, who he should be hugging up to are the students of Baltimore, because in high school, they are at 29% proficiency at grade level or above in reading, 10% for math, and it's less for the kids in the younger grades. So that's who he should be hugging up to and apologizing to for failing them in their education, because these kids will never stand a chance at holding political office or going on to be some type of president or CEO of a company, because they can't read and they can't do math. So while he's sitting here whining about how Black women should feel, he should be really worried and focused about the kids in his district, because that's sad that they are so behind.
Justin just made an interesting point that it's a really interesting point. When I hear a guy talk this way and bring his wife into it, I hear a guilty conscience. I hear someone trying to play makeup for perhaps mistakes. And it always makes me go, oh, okay, this dude just got busted. His wife done read his DMs, or his wife done figured out his password on his cell phone, and he's got to go sit out here and beat his chest and tell his mistress or whoever he cheated with, I'm married, and I want my wife to know. I let everybody know I'm married, and ignore them DMs, baby. And this is again why I keep saying the price of true leadership is you have to live righteously. They can't have dirt on you. You can't be compromised. And his statement makes no sense. And the guy just won re-election 2 days ago. And I saw somewhere where they said Maryland's got a Black governor, a Black mayor in Baltimore, and so maybe something else Black, and then they got Lamar Jackson.
Or something.
Black quarter. Yeah, and I was like, and you know what? They got a lot of problems too. So quit focusing on the color, and do they have leadership that actually has solutions rather than leadership that constantly has excuses for whatever the problem is? And the number one excuse, they're racist, and it's. I thought this morning. I'm gonna end on this note, but I want you to react to this, Shamika. I honestly don't think at this point, having seen what I've seen, having seen live 57 years and having seen, when I was a kid, interracial dating was a big deal. Big deal. You know, somebody crossed the street dating wise, everybody be talking about it, parents would be upset, blah, 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 blah. And now it's nothing. No one cares. They just swiping right and left. They on Match.com, they on Tinder, they on whatever. No one cares. And so I truly believe no one, even bigoted white people, they don't really care about skin color. All they care about is your values. Are you playing your music too loud? Are your kids causing me trouble? Are you, do you cut your grass? And I said this morning, people think I'm crazy. The Grand Wizard of the KKK, if a black family moved in next door to him and they cut their grass and didn't play their music loud and didn't bother him, I don't think he would care, period. That's where we are with racism at this point as it relates to black, white. People just want good neighbors that share their values. And I just, it seems like we are the most focused on, it doesn't matter if white people are good neighbors, they're still evil. If they've done nothing to you, they're still evil. They're just waiting for the right moment. I know their daughter's dating your son, but they're just waiting for the right moment to be racist. These people, Brandon Scott and these people, their only path to power is pretending they're fighting white racism. They have nothing, and it's all pretending. They have nothing else to offer.
I agree, Jason. And I was just telling someone last night, the best place to see that or that I saw that was at a Trump rally. When people say, oh, be careful, or, oh, you know, they hate you. You don't get that feeling at all. It's literally people in there that just want to serve God, serve their family, and serve their country. Race doesn't even come into play, but you hear it more on the left. People not wanting you to say something because you're black or they're black and it's a black woman and everything is black, black, black. And I was also talking to someone who's really tired of hearing black women play the victim role. Like no one is interested in that anymore. And if black women are honest, men are not trying to control your bodies, because if they could, if what they thought actually mattered to you, you wouldn't be so fat and out of shape. So let's stop with the whole pretending they're trying to control you with abortion. If they could control your body, you would be more fit.
Help us grow the Fearless Army. Pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all your fearless friends.